What?
So,
I'm seeing the left.
so for future, do we go like three, two, one, and you're live?
Yeah.
Like whole studio production and everything. Where you
Mic check. One, two.
mic check, one, two, one, two. We are the producers, we are the writers, we are the curators of dun dun dun. All right, all right, you ready? All right, three, two, one, and you're live. This is where you go. Good evening, everyone. I love this so much. I'm having so much fun. I love this
I
so
am
much.
too. All right, we're doing great. Good evening, everybody. This is I'm Adriana, and this is,
Julie Vet.
and we're so excited. Honestly, so excited to start book club. We're here
We're
between the
here.
sheets.
Yes. This has been ah, long time coming. So we'll get into that. But before we get into all the things of what Between the Sheets is, do you hear that banging in the background
I do.
at 9 o'clock at night? Mm-hmm. This is what
Mm-hmm.
happens in the Jefferson household. Anyway, Adriana's gonna calm us down. She's gonna calm us down.
I am. I'm gonna get us into 3 sets of breath, and so get into like a seated position where we can just like relax ourselves, right? We can put our hands on our knees or on our thighs, anywhere we can like really relax and get into our body. And I'll model 2 sets of 6 counts, and then I'll set a timer, 30-second timer at the end so that you can breathe in your mind. And then we'll talk about how you feel after.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, seated position, relax our shoulders, get our spine straight. We're going to breathe in through the nose, a count of 6, and exhale through the mouth and belly with a count of 6. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set 2, breathe in through our nose again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale through our bellies. Let it out through our mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll set that 30-second timer so we could do that in our mind. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll do the last set. If we could just all get back into our normal breathing pattern and see how it feels to just breathe, take the time to pause and really regulate our breath and our nervous system. How did that feel?
So we're gonna be starting all of our book club meetings with breath work. And so, Adriana, why is breath work important?
Yeah, it's like such a great way to just take a pause in the micro moments in our day to day, especially right now with like such different scheduling, dopamine hits, all the different schedules that we all have and hold. finding a way to just ground into our bodies and regulate our nervous system in the most, like, you always have access to your breath. So even while you're driving, or if you're on the go walking, and right before you get into a space and you want to speak to someone, or um, you got some bad news, whatever is going on in the day, it's just a quick, easy way to regulate that nervous system.
And so for the purposes of book club, right, we're all super busy. Life is crazy. We never know. Yeah, it didn't update for me. And I forgot what you told me to do. I forgot that step. I did it inside of Streamlabs, but then I couldn't figure out how to fix it here. My tech support is helping.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not when you go live on Streamlabs, it's not doing it. So that's why I said you have to go here and do it in here first.
Do it in there first, but from what?
So you should always have it in
Creator.
your Stream Manager. So you're
Stream
monitoring
Manager.
there, and then
Edit stream. I could do it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. You're when we watch the when we go to see like the replay, you're gonna during the
Mm-hmm.
breathing. I was like opening one eye because someone came over, and then the kids said they're going to sleep. So this is live. This is real life, guys. Life is happening. Um, so what was I saying? The reason why we're choosing to do breath work, including it to begin our book club meetings, is I think that it'll allow us to drop into us, like create a mental space for receiving information that we're getting through being together in community and reading, like the information that we're reading. Sometimes what we're reading may be triggers or may resonate really deeply. um, Whatever have you. I think the point is to just let's figure out how to be present to get the most out of what you're doing, right? So you mentioned like you could use breath work anytime. So if we did breath work at the beginning of our workday so that we can be the most productive that we can be. If we do breath work when we first sit in our car, once we're done like our day and we're going to drive home, so that you can be present in the car to keep yourself safe on your travels home. Like the whole idea is calming your nervous system so you can be present in what you're doing. And in a world that pulls our attention in a million directions, presence is something that's lacking. And I know for me, like it's something like it's almost like this weak muscle that I really want to strengthen. Being present, like truly present in every moment. I want to strengthen that muscle so that I can absorb the world and absorb people and absorb conversations to the like the max capacity, right? Like we're just so even though we're the most connected we've ever been as a society, we are also the most disconnected.
I really agree with that, Julie. And like just like that power of the pause, right? Like gaining back that agency and trying to operate in a world where like we're wearing so many different hats and showing up for everybody else but ourselves. So what a beautiful way to have that ritual together and trying to cultivate this community, because our value system is community and connection.
Absolutely. So I guess that will lead us into what is Between the Sheets book club. Ultimately, right in the book club, that's kind of like self-explanatory. We want to read books in community. Um, Sorry, I was like update the Twitch like description didn't update for me, so Eric showed me how to update it so it doesn't say that we're playing a horror game. Um, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I can focus now. Okay, so the what is Between the Sheets book club. We will be meeting once a week on Sundays from 7 to 8 p.m. We're committing to no later than 8:05, because we are all so busy. We want to build connection and community, but also being intentional about how we use our time. So we don't want this to be a huge commitment. We want this to be almost like, for me, micro micro things work because I am a mom of four kids. My schedule is so busy that if I can do things in micro, I can accomplish so much because I've broken the thing down into smaller things. Um, and then, as we all know, right, like goals are accomplished by all of the little things. I want to read more, and I know there's so many people that want to read more, but they're not finding the time in their schedule to do it. So I um, blah blah blah. I feel like I'm getting off track. Um, I came to Adriana and I was like, "Hey, I want to do this book club because I want to read books, but really, if no one holds me accountable, I'm just not doing it, to be honest." And also, I'm finding that building community is so fun. Like to do anything with someone else that like finds that thing interesting, it's so much more fun. So, between the sheets will happen every Sunday at 7 p.m. We commit to ending no later than 8:05, and we'll be reading books together, reflecting together, and ultimately building connection and community. At the end of each book, we'll be meeting in person to culminate and celebrate not just completing the book, but celebrating all of the ways in which we've learned, we've grown, we've connected through the book, because every book is a journey. And who knows like what we're gonna unpack, even if it's a book that you've read. I find that coming back to a book, and if you're in a new setting or in a new mindset, or in this case, if it's a book that you've read already, but now you're reading it as part of the book club, you may experience something new. You like new knowledge may resonate. Something you didn't notice the first time you read it may now like resonate with you. Um, so our goal is really just to each book to just be on in community and go on these journeys together. Adriana, you want to tell everyone
I
where?
couldn't hear. Oh, so sorry. For a second, there was like a glitch.
Okay.
We're doing great. You're, yeah, I was like, I couldn't hear you. Okay, cool. Yeah, so then where we're streaming on YouTube, on Substack, and then Julie is about to pull up the page where the handles will be shown or whatnot, and then also through Twitch.
Okay, so our handles are already on the stream. So every in the top, for me it's the right. I don't know if it's for everyone the left. It's the right side? Left. Left side. This is so
On
weird to see
their left.
opposite. Okay, opposite. Left. Um, so for YouTube and Twitch, you can find the weekly book club streams at KTD Streaming. And for anyone who's on Substack, you can find it at Adri M-111. And follow Adriana for all of her amazing Substack thoughts and things that she's sharing there. So that's the where. So we're giving options on how you can join the book club meetings. Um, and now let's get into the why. I think I started to touch on the why, and that's why I was like, stop myself a little bit on the why a book club. And so we talked about connection and community, and like that's number one of like why are we doing that. Adriana and I are both in alignment of we want to create community that wants to invest in self development, right? It's an investment of time and energy to improve yourself, to grow, to evolve. And then a desire to do that in community together. While Adriana and I both identify as women, we hope that this is a book club that is accessible to anyone and everyone that just is interested in building community and connection and wants like that support through self-development and growth. And what is beautiful is that all of us can come to book club like different paths, different, from different walks of life. And the I believe that the books that we're choosing will resonate with anyone and will impact your life in a positive way no matter who you are or where you are. Adriana, you want to talk a little bit about the why from your side?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I really resonated with Julie because like just with alignment and feeling like our value system is on a path that's synchronous, right? Um, and so in building that community and connection with all of you, we're hoping to really cultivate that magic and self expression and creativity, right? It doesn't always have to be just about doing things for productivity or accountability. It's just like, where can we as adults express in a way that we have things in common and something that we look forward to weekly that we choose, right? Because like everything else sometimes feels like it's just a lot. I was gonna ask Julie, as far as our community agreements, if we could just maybe like this would be a great opportunity to like just go through some of them.
Sure. So while we're saying that book club, you're committing to the book. So let's say, we in a year, I don't know how it'll pan out, but let's just say in a year we will have read 5 books. You don't have to commit to reading all 5 books with us. You can choose the books that you want to read and commit to book club for the duration of that book that you want to read with us. And then maybe the next book you're like, I'll set this one out and then come back for the next book. Um, so with the commitment of the book, and with this being a weekly meeting with everyone, um, where are the community agreements? Am I showing the portal, or am I just showing the community agreements?
I think, yeah, like showing like an example of the member portal, and these are like some of the resources. While Julie's pulling that up, I'll
Mm-hmm.
explain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So these resources will be shown once you join our member portal, and you'll have more access to the different chapters, more reflection questions, additional resources than just like the typical week to week flow that we'll also discuss in a little bit, that we'll be doing like our actual agenda for that full hour. And so the member portal,
Yeah, so let me pull up the member portal into the stream. I just want to get to the main page first before I present it.
oh
Um,
yeah,
mm, 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 mm. Okay, here we go. So Adriana and I had this idea, and we're learning as we go. So things like creating member portals, that wasn't in our repertoire of knowing how to do these things. We're learning as we go. So, po- member portal can be accessed from iwillktd.com between the sheets book club with a dash in between all of those words. And so currently, this is what the main page looks like. This is all under construction, a work in progress, but our goal is that book club will have like a home with all of the things that we're doing, all of the upcoming events. Um, and then what's most important here for us is the resources for each book. Resources will look a little different, based on the book that we're reading. Some authors, have additional resources for their book that we will include, and then there will be resources that we are creating. So, the first book we're going to be reading is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. And so, this book may not be as popular, but many of us know his book, The Four Agreements, which was then rewritten, and he then released the Five Agreements. So The Mastery of Love was also written by him, and I think it's just a beautiful book and in alignment with um, the fact that many of us have never learned what self love means. And even what does it mean to love another person, right? Because sometimes we think that love is buying things or doing things, right? And so, in a world of social media and seeking validation from the outside world, I think it's so appropriate for us to start this journey of building a book club community of first what does love mean, especially self-love, because once we can understand what inner reflection means, understanding ourselves and loving ourselves, everything we do in the external world is just so much better when we're operating and knowing who we are and loving who we are. So here we are with the resources that we're building for the first book. And each book will first start off with telling you how to get the book. So this particular book that we're starting off with, there's a free PDF version, and the website to that free PDF is linked here. And then you can also get the book on Amazon, which Amazon has a few options. If you're an Audible type of person, you already have that membership, you can listen to the book, Kindle, hardback, paperback. I am a physical person, like I need a physical copy of the book, so I downloaded the PDF and I'll be printing it as we go along. And then what people don't know is, I know for me, like I'm not going to buy every book or print every book that we're reading. um, and so a sustainable way to also go through this book club journey is to also use your local library as a resource. If your library doesn't already have the book, you can go to library and request that they get the book. Or there's most libraries have websites and apps where you can make the request via the website or the app as well. So if access to the book, like if you don't like reading on your computer, but you also maybe don't want to invest in buying the book, please use your local library as a resource. Um, Libraries are a gem that I think our communities don't use enough. So we're gonna definitely be pushing um, using our local libraries. And then here we come to the commitments. So commitments are important because I know for me, if I say I'm gonna do something but I have not yet committed to it, it is likely that I don't see it through to completion. So what we want is that everyone starts the book and see it through to completion with us. Because if we don't see things through, how can we grow? How can we evolve? And so we really want people to commit to seeing the book through until the end. And each meeting is important because we're going to be reading together, we're going to be reflecting together. So the first commitment says front row seat commitment. I commit to being present and ready to roll for our Sunday 7 p.m. virtual live stream for the duration of that book. I can choose which books I want to read and which books I want to skip. If life throws me a curveball and I have to miss the live stream, I will commit to watching the replay and reviewing the resources independently. So, with every book, we'll read together, reflect together, and then we'll have what we're going to read independently and reflect independently. Um, you want to go to the second one, the second commitment?
Yeah. Sure. So then the no spoilers, all substance commitment, right? So I commit to actually finishing the assigned reading before Sunday meetings. I'll arrive with at least one genuine aha moment or self development takeaway to share should I be chosen to join the live stream, right? And then this ensures that even when the book club leaders are driving the conversation, any contribution I make is based on real substance, not just Googled summaries. So you're actually inputting that connection element, that organic chemistry that comes from our creativity and our like processing.
Yeah, so this is important, right? And so I think part of making sure that this happens is like scheduling, just like we schedule, like we know what time we have to be at work, what time, if you're a parent, what time your kids, you have to do things for your kids, you have doctor's appointments, like you have to schedule your reading time. So I don't know how anyone else does it, but usually Sundays is my day to plan out my week. Um, and so if you're not scheduling time to commit to your reading, it's highly likely, not that it's impossible, it's highly likely that it will be forgotten, it will be missed, it will fall to the bottom of the priority list. So it's important that if you're gonna commit to taking this journey, is no value in you showing up to, taking an hour out of your Sunday and not have read the book. and not take that time for yourself to really absorb the information that the book has to share with you. Next one, mic drop, not a monologue commitment. So in the what Adriana mentioned of should I be chosen to join the live stream. So while this is Adriana and I leading the conversations, we want the community to also be part of the conversation. We don't want it to just be our voices and our perspectives. So I understand that this is a live stream community gathering. If I'm invited to contribute to the live discussion, I promise to be respectful, concise, and share the stage. I'll keep the vibes positive. Remember what we're talking about growth, not tearing down the author or each other, and I'll keep private stories private since we are live. And so there may be perspectives that are in the book that you don't agree with. And sharing your truth is good, but we can share our truth without, like this is tearing down the author, making it seem like the author is incorrect, right? When authors create books, it's a work of art, like it's an expression of their life story, and it's not to label it like right or wrong. It is just their expression and their opinion. And I encourage everyone to take from the books, any book that we read together or any book you read on your own, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. You don't have to judge it. You can just leave it and just simply take what resonates with you and what you feel like will help you.
Yeah, and I really strongly like resonate with this because I feel like my direct experience of whatever's going on, like we can really relate with this as humans. So like it's important to just not, like what Julie you said, it's a great, like not to make this about right or wrong or good or bad and that linear mindset, and very just like open to like interpretation
But
and really being respectful, mindful. um and yeah, as far as the next one, positive vibes only commitment,
just leave it off.
checking in your negativity at the virtual door. The book club is about connection and leveling up together. So my comments, whether on camera, body gestures, like the way you feel in your body or in the chat, it will be all focused on encouragement, sharing personal breakthroughs, and supporting the self-development journey that Julie had mentioned and that I resonate with as well. Like, let's make this most uplifting corner of the internet, and like that freedom, expression, radical acceptance, self-compassion element that like we briefly described, trying to incorporate that week by week as we continue to get to know each other.
All right. Tech check before takeoff. That's where we're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before the live stream starts, I'll make sure my Wi-Fi is solid so I can understand everything that is being shared during the stream. Should I be selected to join the discussion, I will ensure my mic is working and my background is suitable for live broadcast. No blurry feeds or feedback loops here. We're delivering a quality experience for everyone watching. So, why don't you say personal Zen zone, say the last one, and then because I feel like they go a little bit together. So
Mm-hmm.
share that one.
Right. So the personal Zen zone commitment, you committing to like preparing your personal space before you log on, right? So you'll find a spot that is quiet, well lit, reasonably distraction free for the duration of the book club meeting. And this is your own little like Zen zone. I would call it as well like a safe space, right? Where you can focus. I'll make sure my area is tidy and keep my phone on silent from distractions. By setting up that focused, conducive environment, I'll show respect for the discussion and give my self development journey the attention it deserves. So, like, even incorporating earlier that power of pause, there's magic in this hour that, like, Julie and I want to cultivate for everybody, right? That way we feel um, not only respectful, but really cultivate that safe space. And Julie, go ahead with the tech check as well.
Yes. So right, you don't want like to see if your phone is charged, or if your Wi-Fi is working on your phone like at 7 o'clock. Right. Preparation allows you to arrive in your space like the and get out of it what you the most that you can. So phone charge, Wi-Fi working, encourage if other people to kind of turn off their Wi-Fi if you have lots of devices in your house, so that you what you're getting in the stream that you're getting in is clear and it's not choppy. Be mindful that like if you know this part of the house you don't get good service, then your Zen zone shouldn't be in that part of the house where you don't get good service. Of course, there's no obligation to join the discussion of the live stream, so um, there's no pressure. But if you think you want to join us in the live and you want to contribute to that discussion, I'm just not trying to see your dirty dishes, is what I'm saying. Um, I don't want to see your laundry on the floor. And we're gonna, I'll have distraction. I have a house full, so you're every now and then you're gonna see me look off the screen and have a chit chat because so many things are going on in my house. But also, I'm not showing you the chaos either. This is my Zen zone, and so you'll present your Zen zone as well. Um, this is I and also I wanna in the Zen zone thing is important so that you can focus. Like it's like why you go to the gym. Yes, we can work out at home, anywhere, right? You can work out anywhere, but we go to the gym to be focused on our fitness goals. So create your Zen zone wherever that may be so that you can focus on connecting with the book club community, connecting with the book that we're reading and the text that we're reading together, to make the most out of this time, out of this book. So you really can arrive at the end of the book saying, wow, like some part of my life, my mindset has shifted because I was able to commit that time. It really makes a difference. Like I'm a yoga teacher, so m- my practitioners will come to the yoga studio. They can practice at home, they can put on a YouTube video, but they're coming to this space. So create your intentional Zen zone space so you can get the most out of the self development that we're trying to get by reading books together.
Yeah, that was really lovely because it's like just having that self commitment, that personal goal to just have that responsibility. As adults, we wear so many responsibilities for others, but where is that agency for ourselves, right?
Yeah,
And it can be so beautiful to cultivate that experience in that 60 minutes. I'm calling it magic because it is.
yeah,
And I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah.
me too. I'm so excited. And part of this too, right? It's kind of like most of this, I think everyone knows. I think they've heard it before, but it's like to do it on your own, it's hard. It's really hard to show up for yourself and to get out of your comfort zone. Like this is why when like I've been doing personal training for a long time, it is easier for someone to show up at the gym when they know someone is waiting for them. um, the idea of book club came about because my sister led a mini book club with just like friends and family. And I was like, whoa, like I really read that book. But why did I do that? I read that book because, and it was The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, um, because I had an accountability to the group. We were meeting, I think, every Monday at 8 o'clock, I think it was. And I was like, it's Wednesday, and I knew we were gonna have to read the next Monday. I was like, all right, I'm gonna commit it. I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna read these many pages, and it was the most beautiful thing for me. And I'm like, I know I'm not the only one who needs this level of accountability for something so simple as reading a book. And what is also important to me is like micro reading because I'm not the person to get lost in a book and read chapters at a time. That's just not who I am. So being able to micro read and then have these meetings that don't take up a lot of my time and talk about it with someone and maybe just to share like-minded thoughts, but also maybe I needed some clarity. Maybe I read something. I'm like, hey guys, did you understand what this meant? Because I have no idea what this meant. And we can talk about and have these conversations And I felt like I walked away reading the Four Agreements, feeling so fulfilled, feeling more connected to the community that did commit. Because everyone who started didn't finish. But for those of us who got to the finish line together, we felt so good about ourselves. We felt proud of each other. And so I was like, I think I want to do this like bigger. Like I think we could really create a big community around this. I know I'm not the only one who needs this. And my sister was the one who came up with the name idea, Between the Sheets, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love it!" Because it's like I know people are gonna see and they're gonna be one. They're gonna have dirty minds. They're gonna think it's something naughty. We're gonna be reading naughty books. Um, but I was like, yes, this is great because between every sheet of paper, like from the author's perspective, is like their life story. Between every line and every word, there's a journey that had to have been had in order for them to be able to give the world this final thing. And then every reader, there's a journey. Like what I'm gonna get from this book, it may be something totally different than Adriana, right? Like we may walk away with two totally like aha moments. We may grow in different ways, but between every sheet that we read together, there's something beautiful that can happen and unfold. So that's the kind of like the history, the origin of the name Between the Sheets. I came to Adriana and I was like, "Hey, like I have this idea. Do you want to do it with me?" And she was like, "Heck yeah!" Do you want to share like from your perspective?
Yeah. So, with that, as you were speaking, I'm like, I just remember one of our first meetings where like you had mentioned pretty much that like in the collective, voices are amplified. So this
Mm-hmm.
is just much larger than um, just like us reading and vibing and sharing. It's beautiful to be able to hold space for others and let them like shine their perspective. And I love that because that is connection versus just connecting for like that's like deep community, right? Like I value connection and Julie does as well. So it's so nice to just be able to share that with others because then we're all amplified and we're all excited and our experiences are richer, richer in mindset, richer in being able to share that. And then like we show up with that kind of compassion with our coworkers, with our loved ones, with our like other family members or friendships. And it's just like amplified. And I thought it was really nice to get that from her because I was lacking that, right? Like I was in Spain in the spring, a little brief like history moment on background on what's been going on my personal life, and I was very lonely coming back to Philadelphia, right? Like I have an apartment here and I didn't want to come back. So I was looking for community because as we get older, if we don't have certain relationships or whatnot, you kind of feel like, oh, is this loneliness or am I just not connecting with the right individuals to have that self expression? So I know in this community, everybody comes from different walks of life. I share that vulnerable point because I think the more honest we could be about where we're at, even if we don't share in this space, but we show up for ourselves, we'll just be better people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And like I think I each and every one of us has like the grown-up voice inside of you and the kid voice inside of you. And the kid voice inside of me is so rebellious and so not trying to be in alignment with any of my goals. And sometimes like the grown up side of me is like, where is my help to get this kid in check? Like, where's the tribe? Where's the community? So, like, when they say it takes a village for the rest of your life, in my opinion. Like, because I need people to check me. I need people to be like, Julie, you said you wanted to do this. Why? What's going on? Like you're not showing up for yourself. You're not doing this. You're not resting. You're not, like all of the things that I want. Like I need the tribe. I need the village. And so let's create it. We can create it together. Yeah.
And what better way than like through this virtual dynamic where like I think we mentioned earlier, like the whole point would be like it's virtually and then we'll have these like culminating events
Yes.
at the end in person, celebrate like the experience, what we all got out of it, and have like our versions of like just happiness, joy, self expression. And so with that, I think we kind of get into the flow structure, right? Of
Yeah.
like our meetings.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Or do so are we done with the portal? Should I in the portal? Yeah,
Um,
let me just conclude that. So in the portal you'll have your agreements for every time we do a new book, how to get the book, but then also for each section of the book, we'll have a summary, we'll have a reflection question, and then we'll have a comprehension question. Um, and so that's just to take moments to really unfold like the key thing that the book is trying to teach us. And so this gives us an opportunity to really like peel back the layers of whatever is the topic of the book. And so we're calling, instead of calling this homework, we're calling it pillow talk. And pillow talk will happen together when we're in our weekly meetings, but then you'll have pillow talk alone by yourself and talking to your heart, your spirit of like, whatever the reflection question is, like, and then the comprehension is specific to what did the book discuss to make sure you understand. And we're not grading these things. There's no right or wrong. It's just giving opportunity to pause and to allow yourself internally to unfold this information that we're receiving. So and that'll happen for each section of the book. I think more resources will start to unfold for us as we're reading each book, as we kind of see what the community wants. As we're growing the community, maybe people will have ideas of what resources could look like. Um, so that's kind of like just like a just of where we are in terms of the member portal and why we think it's important to not just have these weekly meetings, but have like a home base where what we're reading. I think we'll be able to upload the live streams here. Maybe at least the link to the live stream we'll be able to put there in case you missed it. Um, I think that's it. I think that's all I got to say about the member portal.
that's good. That's really good for now. I was gonna
Okay.
say, yeah, like I'm sure there's probably like some like breath work and like guided visual meditations and quotes and things like
Mm-hmm.
updates that we'll have as we keep going and building and like seeing what the need for the community is. Yep.
Yeah. And so then we want to also quickly, so part of keeping the community connected is the WhatsApp group. Um, so we have the portal is for all book resources. Um, and then the WhatsApp group will be to help keep us accountable, right? You want to talk about what's going to be in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah. So we'll have a themed quote, right? I am a little bit of a self help, I don't want to say guru at all, but like I'm obsessed with self help. So I'm trying to get away with it in a different way. But I have so many like quotes that I've saved throughout the years at this point that I'd love to share with the community. And then keyword reflections that we've read from each week. We'll also be posting that on the WhatsApp and then the announcements, right? So, like on Sundays at 9 a.m., I'll be sending the update for the quotes and the keyword reflection that you got from that week. Like, for example, if in the first chapter, self compassion is something that you really resonated with, like having that reminder or like writing that in your notes to be prepared to like discuss or um, just like in your own personal like journal or notebook. And then at 6 p.m., we'll be having just the announcement reminder to be ready for 7 p.m. actual gathering and book club.
Okay. All right. What are we moving on to? I forgot.
And then after that, oh yeah, the flow
Okay.
schedule
Mm-hmm.
of the actual hour.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead. You want to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. So then we'll be doing like pretty much in that 60 minutes. We'll start with breath work. Um, oh wait, hold on, time out. We're not starting with breath work. We are starting with Julie. Go back to the beginning. Sorry.
So 7 to 7:05 is our buffer, our icebreaker time. Or we'll just be chatting, doing some icebreaker activity with whoever's already there, just to give people time to log on. Because sometimes internet isn't super fast. Um, so 7 to 7:05 is your buffer. So after 7:05, you're late.
Right. And then where's my list? Um, sorry, my
Are you in the
computer
Google Doc?
kind no, it like blanked out. Um, do the next 5 minutes and
Okay.
then I'll,
So from
yep.
7:05 to 7:15, we'll be doing breath work, which will take about like 2 to 2.5 minutes. Our breath work. Adriana will lead that. Then I'll lead us in some body grounding, which is very gentle movement and stretching for another 2 to 2.5 minutes. And to just really get us present and in this space. And I know for me, a person who has monkey brain, and I'm thinking of a million different things at one time, and my schedule is a million different places, like this is important for me to have exercises and to have guidance so that I can drop in and be present with my body, with my, like, focus my thoughts, like slow my breathing down, calm my nervous system, because I'm always like in fight or flight. This is so important for me. So I know I'm not the only one who needs this.
Yeah, I really resonate with that for sure. For sure. Even like within the moment, just like constantly trying to ground to get back into the power of pause and the presence. So then after that, we'll read our first chapter. Um, and then we have blocked out some time for reflection and discussion as well. And we're calling homework pillow talk. So just a reminder of what those details entail. And that will be also shared on WhatsApp. And lastly, Julie will be ending it with a guided meditation or a visual one right before that, like last 5 minutes of the hour. So we'll end latest at like 8:05.
Yeah, because the pillow talk. So pillow talk, we're calling it's that's our reflection discussion together, but also the reflection that you're having independently throughout, like in between the Sunday meetings.
Right.
Um, okay, so that's the meeting flow. Um, that's for when the meeting flow is basically uh, that's the framework for the first. When we first start a book, that's what it will look like. And then all future meetings for the remainder of the book is just like slightly different because we need time to reflect on what we read independently. So pillow talk for what we did in between Sundays, then we'll read together, then we'll pillow talk again, and then guided meditation. So there's just a slight difference between the first meeting of a book to the remainder meetings of a book. Um,
And then I think now maybe sharing if they want to sign up, they could plug in their email for the member portal.
So everyone can go to icanIwillKTD.com// between the sheets. Um, and then we'll drop that link in the description of everything as well as in our bios, and we'll try to make it easily accessible where Adriana can post it on Substack for her community there. So once you sign up, you'll automatically have access to what's there already. So for the first book, Mastery of Love, you'll see how to get the book, the links on how to get the book. You'll be able to um, see the agreements. And then I think introduction is there, but we won't get into that until next week. So yeah, that's where we are, guys. I'm so excited to finally get this, like, from idea to execution. I'm really
And
excited.
then I think maybe like a 30 second our guided meditation example,
Oh yeah,
like
we'll
what you
we'll
said
do
earlier.
that. But I guess is there anything else we need to because we'll close once we do guided meditation, then we'll just be done.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was everything because I wanted to make sure folks could sign up with their email. But I'm pretty sure on my notes that was everything.
Okay. So post this stream, we'll just have to make sure that the member portal link is posted everywhere we need it to be, so that
And Substack.
yeah, in Substack. Yep. Is there anything else?
Um, Nothing. I'm just so excited. So,
Yes.
so excited. And to be honest, a little bit of like, fun fact, we both got sick. So like we had every intention to start this 2 weeks ago. So we know how lives, like we get it. But I know like in building this village and tribe, we are going to find our people. And I really know like as manifesting generators, like it's going to happen.
I'm
It already
so
has
excited. I'm
happened.
so excited. I'm
I just
so
want to like
excited.
pause that because like we both have such different lives, but I've never felt more connected with my cousin. And
Mm-hmm.
as my little inner child girl, just like we had such
Yeah, let's get some backstory. Let's give some
oh,
backstory before. So, Adrian and I are cousins, and when we were little, we would imagine having a lemonade stand, and our parents never would let us because we didn't live in the best neighborhoods, so they didn't let us have a lemonade stand. And this is our version in our grown up lives of our lemonade stand.
yeah, and just like that little like inner child me is just so like screaming for joy because we would like lay on my bed
Mm-hmm.
and just like stare up at the ceiling and like
All these
so the
ideas,
nostalgia is
all the ideas of the lemonade stand.
these ideas and yeah how like now in alignment it's synchronous and it's like at this age we get to experience it together with like the lives that we currently have.
Crazy.
It's yeah, I don't want to get emotional but like it really is like a lot like in the best way. It's
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmingly like beautiful. So I think when I say excited, that is an understatement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Um, and it just, I think there's no way to have planned it. It's just so interesting to like to see like how it all worked out. It was so not like, I've been having this idea to do book club, and I could have launched this like a year ago maybe. I mean, yeah, because we did book. I actually did the book club in summer before I left to Bali. So we ended that
Mm.
book club like like in July, and I left to Bali in August. So then when I got back, like I just kept having. I'm like, I want to do book club again. I want to, and then Eric and I used to do Monday motivation chats, which was a live stream where we would just chat with people and like, how do you kill the day every day, right? So KTD stands for Kill the Day, which started in 2018, just initially as like a brand under Eric's wrestling career. He was an indie wrestler, and we just wanted to be able to inspire people. And when he had decided he wasn't going to wrestle, I was like, I really just love the idea that we created, right? Like of just having this brand that inspires people to be the best version of themselves. So I was like, so let's figure out how we can do something with it. So then we started Monday Motivation Chats, and that was just a weekly live stream on Instagram, chatting with strangers or people, friends, family, but then it grew into strangers, people reaching out to us of like, hey, we want to be on Monday Motivation Chat. And then life got crazy. We moved. It was COVID. So Monday Motivation Chat took a big pause, and still has taken a pause. But I'm not gonna say it ended. I feel like I really, it's been on my heart to bring Monday Motivation Chats back. It's just waiting for alignment for the right time. So then, when I came back from Bali, I'm like, I want to do book club because I saw how we built community through Monday Motivation Chat. And I was like, I want to read books and I want to build community. How do I do it together? And so I just didn't want to do it on my own. And that was coming back from Bali. I'm like, I want to find my tribe. I want to find my community. I want to have fun. I don't want to do things alone. And I kept talking to people about the idea, and nothing. nothing stuck. Like it would just be like one-off conversations. And it was not until I talked to Adriana that like something like traction happened, alignment happened. It resonated with her. She was on fire and excited. I was on fire and excited, and it just brought us to literally this moment here of like total magical universe alignment of like this thing like that just felt right for both of us. The timing felt right. The why, right? Like the why are we doing this is so important because I'm sure there's gonna be Sundays that we don't want to show up, but the why is like what keeps you from the doing. Like no matter how you're feeling, your why is your compass. And so I'm just so grateful to you, Adriana, for like saying yes, but also just thanking the universe because like the yes came out of the alignment, and the alignment was timing, which we could not have planned. The alignment was like purpose within ourselves and what we want to create in the world. And that purpose didn't exist in you and I 5 years ago, 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like that desire and that purpose didn't exist. So it had to be now because of where you are in your life, where I am in my life. It had to be now.
Right. And I think I also am very grateful, extremely grateful, because there's so much clarity in this. And just to see the way you lead, you as a leader, and as someone that just wants to continue to learn and cultivate that space for others and give that room for them. Like I remember in one of our first meetings, I was just like, hey, can I just call you right now instead of like our designated time? And that's when it really hit that you were like, oh, I want this to be a we. And I remember like crying later, or I think during it, because I'm super emotional,
Mm-hmm.
y'all. Like it's just always happening. The tears are always there, and it's fine. I have accepted it. So it felt so nice because like there's something about leaders, especially women, where like when other women uplift each other to take charge and delegate in such a like in this way, I literally was just like, oh well, this is your idea. And she's like, well no, this could be our idea, like we can do this together and set this. And like, but to see that like agency that she took in leadership, right? Because she like wears so many hats, and like in her actual personal life, and then have room for like me to grow, and then also like now this community to grow, right? So something like that, it could seem super simple, but you have to have like a personal responsibility and an energy that Julie really does have. Everybody that knows her really well, they feel that. It's a feeling, it's a spirit thing. It's not like a on paper cookie cutter resume, this is my skill set thing. And that type of connection, that's power. That's the magic that we're talking about and we want to instill in this community. So when I say grateful, that's what I'm grateful for. And I hope we can do that for everybody here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we're at an hour and 2 minutes in this stream. So to commit, we're going to stay committed to being mindful of our time and other people's time. Um, we will see everyone next Sunday at 7. I know this obviously did not start at 7. There was like, we had to figure out a lot of things, y'all. We're learning, we're growing. Um, so next Sunday at 7, we'll be ready to rock and roll. We'll start the book together. Um, and then that's it. That'll basically that'll be all she wrote. And by the time we know it, it'll be 2027, and we'll have completed one full year between the Sheets Book Club, and we'll be like, holy shit, we can't believe what we did.
Right. And that's what I'm really ecstatic about,
Yeah.
that personal commitment and community.
Yep. One book at a time, one day at a time, one page at a time. Let's
One
go.
breath at a time.
One breath at a time. Yes. All right. So, everyone, if you can just again find yourself in a comfortable seat, and if you're somewhere where you feel comfortable to close your eyes, please do so. If not, soften your eyes and stare downward, maybe at the table or at your lap. And let's Let's take a few big, deep breaths, filling up your lungs. And as you exhale, release with control. Release that breath nice and slow. Feel the weight of your body grounding here. Feel yourself safe, present, and open. Let's take another deep breath in through our nose and into your heart. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release anything heavy from the day. Now, imagine a soft light glowing at the center of your chest, the place where love begins. This light represents awareness. Awareness of your power to see clearly, to learn deeply, and to love without fear. As you breathe, let the light expand, feeling warm, radiant, and alive. Each inhale fills you with curiosity, and each exhale releases old stories that no longer serve you. Silently repeat to your heart, I commit to seeing myself with compassion. I commit to learning with love. I commit to my own evolution. One more time, whispering to your heart, I commit to seeing myself with compassion. I commit to learning with love. I commit to my own evolution. Taking one more final big, loving, healing breath in, and hold that breath at the top for 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing that breath, letting go of anything and everything that does not serve you. Feeling your mind, feeling your body, feeling your spirit, lighter, freer, healthier, and stronger. Ready to conquer your days ahead. Returning to your normal breathing and slowly opening your eyes. Coming back to the space and back to the stream together. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Adriana, for saying yes.
Thank you for opening this portal of magic. I hope everybody can soak that tender, loving, guided meditation that Julie just took us through.
I love you.
Love y'all.
Peace out. Happy